In the city of Babylon, there were two young people known as Pyramus and Thisbe. Pyramus is the most beautiful youth, while Thisbe is the loveliest maiden of all the East. They were deeply beautiful. Since when they were children, they always looked at each other with curiosity. But they were the children of rival families. And because of that, they never get closer. However, when they were no longer kids, an immense passion took control of the young couple's heart, even though they couldn't get closer. At distance, they exchanged gestures and signs of affection. They were neighbors of each other, and their homes were only separated by wall. Since love always finds its ways, the youngsters discovered a crack on the wall and stood there for hours, whispering vows of love between themselves. The youngsters knew that their parents would never allow the couple's union. How can the world be so cruel? Why does it separate those who were meant together? Let us not be ungrateful. If it wasn't for the small crack, we would not have the privilege to convey our love to each other's ears. And so, they planned to run away to marry each other. They arranged things to meet the following night next to the monument at the border of the city, and they would meet under a large tree that was there. Thisbe is the first to arrive. However, there was a river near the tree, and there a lioness that had just devoured a prey was drinking water. The lioness decided to play with the clock using its sharp claws, but it soon felt bored and went away. Pyramus arrived right after that and see a clock with marks of claws and blood stains. The young man is consumed by intense guilt because the idea to have the meeting in that isolated place was his. Pyramus lifted up the clock from the trampled dust and kissed it again and again while carrying it to the tree. Now you shall drink my blood too. In an act of desperation, Pyramus unleashed his sword and struck it in his own heart. While returning from her hiding place, Thisbe encountered Pyramus, dead at the floor of the tree where they had scheduled to meet. She noticed that he was holding her veil torn by the lioness and understood that sad scene. She flew to him and threw her arms around him. It is I, Thisbe, your dearest, she cried to him. At the sound of her name, he opened his heavy eyes for one last glance at her. Then death closed them. Your own hand killed you, and your love for me. I too can be brave. I too can love. Only death would have had the power to separate us. We shall not have that power now. Desolating, the young girl threw herself on the same sword that had claimed her lover's life. The couple's blood was absorbed by the root of the tree under which the couple perished, and its fruit turned red and became much sweeter. Despite their disagreements, the families of both suspended their hostels and buried the lovers one beside other. And the tree nourished by the youngster's love continued to honor the couple with their sweet and reddish fruit today is known as mulberries.